You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network, the home of the Options Podcast. For more quality options programs, visit theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app available in the iTunes and Google Play stores. Select programs are also available via live stream at mixlr.com/options-insider. That's mixlr.com/options-insider. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, stocktwits.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com. The Options Insider Radio Network is sponsored by Fidelity Investments. At Fidelity, you'll always get a great value for your options trades. And with powerful investing tools that provide clear next steps, plus independent research and a wide range of investment types, we can help you make better trading decisions. Learn more about options trading with Fidelity at fidelity.com/options. Options trading entails significant risk and is not appropriate for all investors. Certain complex option strategies carry additional risk. Before trading options, contact Fidelity Investments by calling 800-544-5115 to receive a copy of the characteristics and risks of standardized options. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
Hello traders, this is your Options News Rundown for Monday, December 31st. First up, we have a story from MarketWatch. Cautious optimism over U.S.-China trade talks were credited with providing a lift for stocks this morning, but major indexes remained on track to ring out 2018 with a historically weak December and the worst annual performance since 2008. How are the benchmarks doing so far? Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 247 points, or 1.1%, to 23,309, while the S&P 500 gained 22 points, or 0.9%, to trade at 2508. The Nasdaq Composite advanced 74 points, or 1.1%, to 6658. Last week, major indexes managed the first weekly gain for all three since the end of November. Friday's back and forth session ended with a late push higher fizzling out, leaving the Dow to settle down 0.3% to 23,062.40. S&P 500 finished off 0.1%, and the Nasdaq Composite eked out a 0.1% gain. For the week, S&P 500 logged a 2.9% rise, while the Dow rose 2.8% and the Nasdaq rallied 4%. Through Friday, the Dow was down 6.7% for 2018, its biggest one-year percentage decline since 2008, while a quarterly loss of 12.83% is the worst since the first quarter of 2009. A monthly loss of 9.7 makes it the worst December since 1931 for the Dow and the biggest one-month percentage decline since February 2009. The year is also shaping up to be the worst since 2008 for the S&P 500 index, down 7%, and the Nasdaq is off 4.6%. Next up is a report from CNBC. Amazon is planning to expand its Whole Foods Market portfolio by adding more stores to put more customers within its 2-hour delivery service range. Whole Foods employees have visited regions of Western North America for potential retail spaces in parts of Idaho, southern Utah, and Wyoming, where it currently has no stores. The world's largest online retail plans to expand its 2-hour delivery service, Prime Now, to nearly all of its roughly 475 Whole Foods stores in the United States. These plans are part of a series of Amazon grocery, delivery, and pickup expansions to cities across the United States in recent months. Prime Now services include a 2-hour delivery option to subscribers in more than 60 cities and an online grocery pickup from Whole Foods stores in as little as 30 minutes from nearly 30 cities. Let's end the year with a story from Reuters. Oil prices rose more than 2% the final day of the trading year, mirroring gains in stock markets, but were on track for their first annual decline in 3 years as concerns of a persistent supply glut lingered. Hints of progress on possible U.S.-China trade deal, with the U.S. President Donald Trump saying he had a, quote, very good call with the Chinese president helped bolster sentiment for oil. Brent crude futures were up 75 cents to $53.96 a barrel, but rose over $1 to a high of $54.82 earlier in the day. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were at $45.90 a barrel, up 57 cents. In earlier trade, WTI was up over $1 at $46.53 a barrel. Both contracts are down more than a third this quarter, the steepest decline since the fourth quarter of 2014. For most of 2018, oil prices were on the rise, driven up by a healthy demand and supply concerns, especially around the impact of renewed U.S. sanctions against major producer Iran, which were introduced in early November. Brent crude, seen as a global benchmark for oil prices, rose by almost a third between January and October to a high of $86.74 a barrel. That was the highest level since late 2014, the start of a deep market slump amid bulging over supply globally, and many leading analysts and traders at the time said they expected crude to hit $100 per barrel again by the end of 2018. Instead, Brent prices have wiped out all of 2018's gains, plunging by almost 40% from the year's high, in what has been the steepest oil market sell-off in the past few decades. That's all we have. You can find all of these stories and more on theoptionsinsider.com. Dan will be back next year with more options news you can use.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.